Welcome to the Loving Yourself podcast with emotional intelligence and self care life coach, Pastor Tammy Wilson. The goal of this podcast is to empower you to be the very best you that you can be. We will talk about self care, setting boundaries, emotional intelligence, and much, much more. Join us now for a broadcast already in progress.
Hello, I'm Pastor Tammy Wilson. Thank you so much for joining me on the Loving Yourself podcast. I appreciate you tuning in with me. So listen, I want to talk to you briefly. We're going to talk tonight about setting boundaries. We've already talked about setting boundaries. Tonight, we're going to talk about prioritizing. Prioritizing means to decide which group of things that are most important and the things that you want to deal with most or first. When you are prioritizing, there's certain things that need to be done and there's certain things that can absolutely wait. Prioritizing is extremely important because the fact of the matter is we waste so much time on things that really aren't beneficial to us, and those things that really does not matter. We spend a lot of time on those things, and other things they go lacking because we're putting too much time and attention on things that absolutely can wait. We should make time for things that actually need to be done. Things that need to be done. I don't know about you, but sometimes I take a little downtime and I get on TikTok, and there's so many great things, so many teachable moments and things that you learn on TikTok, but you can get caught up in checking videos and scrolling, and before you know it, an hour has went by and an hour and a half has went by, and some things you're just laughing, you're giggling, you're learning, you're getting tips, but when there's things that really need to be done, that can kind of wait. It's really not going anywhere, but we have to know what's important and what's not important. Our time is valuable, and as I always say, time is something that we cannot get back. So in order to prioritize, the first thing we need to do is set goals. Set goals. Set goals. And when you set goals, that means you're sticking to something, and you're not going to go out of that alignment to do other things when you understand that there's important things that really need to be done. There's a quote by John Maxwell that says, goals not only help you develop initial motivation by making your dreams obtainable, but they also help you to continue to be motivated, and that creates momentum. When you're continuously motivated, then the momentum is created. That means you can just continue to move forward. You can continue to progress. You can continue with whatever dreams and visions and goals that you've already started. When you start setting those goals, then you can continue those goals, and you become making momentum. So when you look back, you have achievements and accomplishments. So the first question would be, what do you want to achieve or accomplish? You have to know that. You can't go through life just existing. I'll do this today and maybe that tomorrow. No, you have to know what you want, and you have to know what you want to achieve and what you want to accomplish. When you know what you want to achieve and what you want to accomplish, then you'll have some direction in your life. We all need direction. So what you need to do next is put your goals in categories. Put things in categories so that you know what's important, what needs to be done. Okay, so let me give you an example. You can put categories for career goals. What do you need to do to help your career to flourish, help your career to grow? What do you need to do? What type of training do you need? What type of skill sets do you need to work on to have a better career? Okay, there's relationship goals. What do you need to do to be a better partner, a better companion? a better coworker, a better friend. You know, you have relationship goals. And these goals are things that you can do to make you better. You can do health goals. What do you need to do to get your health in check? You may say, well, I'm pretty healthy. Well, you can be a little healthier. So, okay, so maybe if you're exercising 30 minutes a day, you can go to 45 minutes a day. If you're walking 20 minutes a day, you can walk 40 minutes a day. You can double that. If you're not eating as much fruits and vegetables as you should, you can, you know, up that a little bit. You can lay off the fried foods. There's so many things that we can do. So listen, set some goals so that you know what you're working towards. So if you just want to be healthier, if you want to lose a little weight, slim down a little bit, there's a lot of things that we can do for our health. And sometimes it's for losing weight, and sometimes it's just to feel better. It's just to have more energy. So there's health goals, there's personal goals, personal development. There's things that you need to be reading and studying, and there's so many things that we can do to make ourselves better, to make ourselves better individuals, better people to get along with. You can work on your communication skills. You can work on being a better listener. Sometimes when people are telling us things, we're automatically cutting them off because we have a story too. You know what? That happened to me. And guess what? I did this and I did that. But you just took over their time. You took over their story. They were telling a story. So sometimes you just have to sit back and just listen. Let them finish. Get it all out. And then you can say what you need to say. But most of the time we don't do that because we're not good listeners. So that, there's some personal development things that we need to work on. There's some goals that we can set. If you're in ministry, you can be better in ministry. You can be better parents. You can be better a husband or wife. Whatever those goals are, you can begin to work on those things. And there's no way that you'll begin to work on it if you don't acknowledge it and if you're not conscious of what you need to work on. There's always room for improvement. There's always room for improvement to make you a better you, to make you a better person. You have to be able to look at yourself in the mirror and see what's not really working and see what's not really fitting and say, hey, you know what? I need to fix that. I need to work on that. If 2 or 3 people, sometimes more, tell you the same thing about yourself and they don't talk, they haven't spoken to each other about you, then that's something that you need to work on. Don't ignore it. Don't put it to the side and say, oh, they're just being hateful. They're just being mean. You need to just sit down and take a breather and say, you know what? Maybe that is something that I need to work on. Maybe that's something that I need to try to fix. There's always room for improvement. So the one thing I need you to do is create a strategy or strategies for achieving those goals. Putting a plan of action in place. Faith without works is dead. So what can you do to get this thing moving? You can take some classes, go back to school. You can listen to some more podcasts. There's so many things. You can talk to people that's where you're going or where you want to be, that's already achieved or accomplished what you want to accomplish. There's books you can read. There's articles you can read. What plan of action? Listen, it could be therapy. It could be counseling. It could be coaching. There's so many things that you can do to make yourself better, but you won't get there just sitting at home and watching the world go by. You have to have a plan of action in play. And guess what? You have to identify the obstacles. Who or what is blocking you from getting where you need to go? Who or what is blocking you from getting to that new place, or that next place, that next position, that next phase in life? What is hindering you or even preventing you from progressing, from getting there? So listen, you have to stop for a moment and you have to say, it's me. A lot of times we're our biggest enemy, we're our biggest critic, and we're the person that stops us from moving forward because of the negativity that's in our mind. Sometimes we're around a negative environment. If a person is not trying to move forward and they're always complaining, they're always speaking negatively, then that may be a person that you need to disconnect from. And I hate to tell you, but sometimes it's your family. I'm not saying being mean to your family, but you have to be careful and mindful of what you allow to go in your ear gates and your eye gates, what you listen to, what you entertain. If it's not benefiting you, and if it's not helping push you to that place called greater, then sometimes you just have to kind of scale back the time that you spend with certain people that are not progressing and that are not going in the same direction you're going. I mean, you've heard the phrase that says, if you're the smartest person in your circle, then you may need to find another circle. Okay. So if someone is in your circle and they're not going where you're going, and you're the only one that has visions and you're the only one that has goals and dreams, then you need to find another circle with other people that has goals and visions and dreams, because those are the type of people that are going to help you get to that new place and that are going to help you see the manifestation in your life that you need to see. Because guess what? They're already going, they're already moving, they're already shifting, and you can't afford to get stuck. You cannot afford to get stuck in that place that you're in, because listen, you have to get up, get moving, get motivated, get going. And the only way you're going to do that is set goals and put a plan of action into place so that you can achieve your goals. And how do I do that? I identify the obstacles that's blocking me, that's keeping me, that's hindering me from getting to where I need to go. What is preventing you from your progress? So that means you have to make the necessary adjustments to alleviate those obstacles. It may be hard. Some people's feelings may get hurt. You may be a little hurt because there's some things that you probably really like to do that's not beneficial. There's some things that's not helping you grow, that's not helping you mature. So there comes a pivotal point in our life where we have to make a conscious decision to be better. So that means I have to let go of some nouns, some people, places, and things in order to get to a better place. So you have to be willing to alleviate some things, make some adjustments, and overcome them. You have to tell yourself, I'm an overcomer. There's so many things that you have already overcame. There's so many things that you felt like was going to drown you, that was going to stop you, that was going to suffocate you, and you survived it. You made it through. You nailed it. So guess what? You can do it again. All you have to do is get going. Get some goals into place and make it happen. You can do it. You matter, and what you need matters. So listen, I'm Pastor Tammy with the Loving Yourself podcast. Thank you so much once again for joining me. You can find me on any place where you can find your podcast. I'm on YouTube, Spotify, whatever outlet you use for your podcast. You should be able to find me there with some nuggets that can help you with self-care to help you become a better you. I love you and I mean it. God bless.